Hi, I'm Helen, and today's practice will be a class to get into the upper body. You may need a couple of props, perhaps a blanket or some yoga blocks if you have them. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can always use hardback books. We'll start sitting on the heels. If this is too tough for you, you can take a blanket. If you're finding pressure in your knees, you can place it in between the thighs and the calves. So this might relieve some pressure. If you're feeling it in the tops of the feet, you can place the blanket underneath. If you've got a yoga block or two, you can place them between the heels and sit back like this. So choose your position, and we'll just take a few moments to just center in. So close the eyes, release the shoulders down the back. Shoulders are stacked over the hips, palms are face up in the lap. Just start to tune into the breath. Focus on the inhale and on the exhale. And then whilst you're here doing this breathing, do a quick body scan. Notice if there's any areas that you're tensing. Start to pay attention to these areas and mentally send the breath to them to help soften. You hold a lot of tension in the neck and the shoulders, in the jaw. Maybe your tongue is pressing against the roof of the mouth. Just use these few moments here just to bring a feeling of softness to the entire body. And then open the eyes. So we'll start with the three-part Taoist breath today. This really gets into the upper body, gets some energy going, and gets the breath flowing. So you can stay in this kneeling position, and then on an inhale, palms come up to the sky. As you exhale, press the hands behind the head and then out to the side as strong as possible. Inhale, fingertips to shoulders and chest lifts. Exhale, round the upper back and push forward. Inhale, palms come up to the sky, mini back bend. Exhale, fold forward into child's pose. Bring the hands back near the hips and inhale, come up, and we'll repeat. Palms come up to the sky, look up. Exhale, press the hands out to the side using all your strength. Inhale, fingertips to shoulders, look up, chest lifts. Exhale, round the back, pushing forward. Inhale, flip the palms, hands up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, child's pose. Again, inhale, palms lift to the sky. Exhale, push out to the side. Inhale, fingertips to shoulders, chest lifts. Exhale, rounding and pushing forward. Inhale, flip the palms, hands come up. Exhale, fold forward, child's pose. Last time, inhale, palms come up to the sky. Maybe you can close the eyes. Exhale, hands push out to the sides using all your strength. Inhale, fingertips to shoulders, look up, chest lifts. Exhale, round the upper back, pushing the hands forward. Inhale, flip the palms, they lift to the sky, little back bend. And then exhale, fold forward, child's pose, and we'll stay here. So your forehead may come to the floor, or if it's a little bit too far away, you can stack the fists one on top of each other and rest the forehead on the fists. Just breathe here. Notice how you're feeling. And then inhale, slowly come back up to seated. So the whole of the upper body also includes the face. So we'll do a little bit of acupressure on the face. So bringing the fingers to the third eye, just start to gently press into this area. And then start to separate the hands, moving out towards the temples. And then maybe down the sides of the face. When you get to the jaw, feel this really strong muscle in between the top jaw and the lower jaw. Hold a lot of tension there. Maybe stroke it a couple of times to release. You can use your knuckles here. There was a time when I felt a lot of tension in my jaw. It was when I was doing my degree, and I used to do this to release it. It was like a subconscious tensing that I just had no control over. I found pulling my knuckles down here really helped. And then start to press into the lower jaw, and then gently down the throat. Maybe stroking the neck here, going down the sides of the neck. Gentle pressure. And then come in to the clavicle, pressing into the sternum. Maybe out to the shoulders, tops of the arms. And then release the hands to the lap. Place the right fingertips outside the right hip. Inhale the left arm up. Curl this arm over, grab hold of the opposite ear, and then very gently push over to the left. You can keep the right hand extended, maybe flex the hand. This just gives you a little bit more of a stretch in the neck. Be very mindful here. You don't want to go too far. And then inhale, come back to center. Release this hand down, and we'll do the other side. So inhale the right arm to the sky. Grab the left ear. Pull over gently towards the right. Maybe flex these left fingers. Breathing into any tightness that you're feeling in the neck. And then inhale, come back up. Bring the hands out, palms facing forward, and we'll just work a little bit into the shoulder blades. So on an inhale, you're going to pull the elbows back and then turn the palms, if you hold in cups of tea on them, and then bring them up, palms to the sky, rotate round, and then come back down. So again, pulling the elbows back, keeping the palms facing upwards. Scoop these hands around, and then back. Again, flipping the palms, keeping them up. This is a bit of a funny movement, but it should feel quite good in the back. Do another one. And then back, and then we'll go the other way. So this time coming forward, flipping round, keeping these cups of tea balanced, and back up. Around. One more. I don't even know if I'm doing the same movements, but I don't think I've spilt any tea. And then come back and release onto the lap. Come over into hands and knees. So we've been sitting for a while, might need to wake up the legs a little bit. So hands are underneath the shoulders. Move any props to the side and just rock back on the ball of the right foot. Just getting a little bit of circulation going. And on the other one. And then bring the knees underneath the hips. So we'll move into heart melting pose. So keeping the knees underneath the hips, just start to walk the hands forward and then descend the chest towards the floor. You can bring the forehead down, ground into the palms, widen the upper back, keeping the core active, and breathe here. So this is opening up the shoulders. The hands can be in whatever position feels good for your body. It may not feel good for them to be shoulder width apart. We're all different. Maybe if you're finding that a bit tough, you can play around with your hand position. Breathe here. One more breath. And then inhale, lift the head and bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. From here, we'll step forward this right foot and come into a low lunge. So if this is a bit tough on your back knee, you can always fold the mat over like this or put the blanket underneath. Descend into the hips, engage the core and come up here. So just interlacing the fingers, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe here. And then bring the hands out to the side. You're going to take the right arm on top of the left. So this might be as far as you can get, and you can hug the shoulders. Maybe you can bring the backs of the hands together, or maybe the palms. Whatever position you're in, lift the elbows and feel this stretch in between the back of the shoulder blades. So you may be limited in how much you wrap your arms here by your collarbones, by tension in the back. Just try and notice where you're feeling it, what's stopping you. Try and lift the elbows a little bit higher. And then release, bring the palms to the chest, lift this left arm up and then hook on the outside of the right thigh and come into a twist. So pulling out of the waist, twisting from the mid-back, shoulders away from the ears. If you can, look at the right elbow. Breathe here. Pulling the right hip back and the left hip forward. Scissoring the thighs gives you stability. And then plant the hands and we'll just move back into a hamstring stretch just to bring a bit of relief to this front leg. Nothing too intense. Then come forward, plant the hands and move this back to tabletop, and we'll do the second side. So bringing the left foot up, getting it any way you can, descending into the hips. Remember, you can always fold this mat over if it's a bit tough on the knee. Come up here, interlace the fingers, just to spend a moment or two ascending into this hip stretch. And then the arms come up. This time the left arm goes on top of the right. Remember, you can hug. This might be your position. Maybe bring the backs of the hands together, maybe the palms. Inhale, lift the elbows and feel the stretch in between the shoulder blades. Just make sure you're doing the opposite side to what you did the first time around. Breathing here. Again, notice where What's stopping you? Is it tension in the back? Or is it in the front body, in the shoulder, in the clavicles, the collarbones? One more deep breath. And then release. Palms come together at the chest. This right elbow lifts. And then we're going to twist from the mid-spine, hook it on the outside of the left thigh and come into this twist. So if it's available to you, gazing at the left elbow, breathe in here, pulling this left hip back and the right hip forward. And then come back to center. And then we'll move these hips back just for a bit of relief in this leg. Gentle stretch. And then come back up. Unravel your mat if you've got it raveled. And bring this knee back. Bring the knees wide and just sit back in a little child's pose. Maybe releasing the hands to face up to the sky. And then push back up and come back to center. So that was a short practice just to open the upper back, get a bit of movement there. We hold so much tension in this area that it feels really good to stretch it out and get a bit of relief. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon.